Have you noticed a recent surge in gas prices this summer? Join the club. You're not alone. The national average price of a gallon of regular is now $3.83. That's about 30 cents more than it was just a month ago. One big factor might surprise you. It seems this summer's extreme heat is playing a role.
What? Really? That's where we're at now. Before we get into this, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you guys could please share so we can just get the conversation going. Let's hear this one more time before I unload on this. Listen to this.
The national average price of a gallon of regular is now $3.83. That's about 30 cents more than it was just a month ago. One big factor might surprise you. It seems this summer's extreme heat is playing a role.
So that's where we're at now with this. And see, once again, call a spade a spade. They could keep it 100 and say, you know what? Gas prices tend to go up in the summer because we have a lot of people traveling. A lot of people go to Disneyland. A lot of people go to the beach, a combination of both. People are going to see relatives, all like that. You can talk about that and how prices tend to climb in the summer. I'm fine with that. They cannot criticize the administration. Why are gas prices the way that they are? Does it have anything to do with all these regulations that were put back on, canceling the Keystone Pipeline or Anwar, just pulling back all this stuff and then placing regulations, and we want to move to the left instead of to the right? We're talking about wind farms and panels, and we're talking about less with fossil fuels and natural gases. That has nothing to do with the price increase whatsoever, right? You can look back and you can say, man, 3 years ago, it was $1.87 and now it's $3.80. Oh, that all has to do with the sun. It has nothing to do with the policies, right? It has nothing to do with Joe and what he's implemented, right? Nothing to do with none of that.
Number one, no more subsidies for fossil fuel industry. No more drilling on federal lands. No more drilling, including offshore. No ability for the oil industry to continue to drill, period. Ends. Number one.
And see right here, this is why the media doesn't get no respect, no love, and the ratings are dropping like a rock and they're plummeting because she just cannot criticize Joe and say, you know what, this has a factor, but also this, and these things need to get turned around, or let's try this, or just a little bit of back and forth and some insight. There's none of that. We're going to go this direction and completely ignore this. They're never going to talk about any of these policies that affect it. If this was a Republican, anybody on the other side, they would be dragging them. Do you guys remember Chuck Schumer was he held a little press conference, whatever you want to call it, mini rally in front of a gas station to say all this stuff.
These higher oil prices are translating directly to soaring gas prices, something we know disproportionately hurts middle and lower income people, since a larger chunk of their disposable income goes for gasoline.
Wow, isn't that interesting? And the prices are double that now. But you don't hear none of that. Why is that? Oh, because it's on my team, I'm not going to call out any of the faults. And that's the problem. Just like I was talking about the other day with Joy Behar. Zero objectivity whatsoever. And this is why people can't relate. And this stuff just gets completely laughed at because people know exactly what's causing this. There's a cause and effect. And if it wasn't from taking a huge amount of oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, the prices would have stayed ignorant. They would have been crazy, but they had to take it from there. And now that's at a super low. And that's meant for war times. That's not meant for approval ratings and all this stuff to help me out so things don't look bad for a midterm or whatever the case may be. And energy connects all this stuff. Say I own Kellogg's, right? I own Frosted Flakes, and I charge $3.50 for a box of cereal. Those prices that everybody's paying now for their cars right now, unleaded or mid-grade or premium, it's even more so for diesel. And that's how everything gets around the country. So now my Kellogg's Frosted Flakes, and I would normally have to have this much money for my drivers to travel and drop it off at this Walmart, this Savers, Walgreens, whatever the store chain may be. Now I have to up the prices of my cereal so I can offset my costs. I still have employees I gotta pay. I got to put gas in these big trucks. That's how everything gets around. So all this stuff is interlinked, and that's why you have inflation and all. It's very simple. They try to make it like, oh, it's a Democrat, Republic. They try to do all this nonsense. It's basic. It comes down to policy. If you want to cut all this stuff off, that's what's going to end up happening, period. So just keep it real and tell it like it is.
And that's Bidenomics.
But they try to play these games with the American people. But now people are finally starting to pay attention because the people are sick of it. My rent's how much? My car payment's how much? And now, man, forget that. We ain't having no steak tonight. Hell, we'll be lucky if we have ramen. We're going to have some kidney beans with rice. Some people, I can't stand kidney beans. I don't know what it is about it. That we're having kidney beans and just plain rice. And we're going to have some Kool-Aid. Even though Kool-Aid's great. Kool-Aid gets knocked a lot. But Kool-Aid's great. That's going to be dinner, breakfast and lunch. That's what we're dealing with. That's what you're starting to see. So people are waking up and people are not naive to what's going out. So what the media's selling, the everyday person isn't buying. So tell me what you guys think about all this stuff. Do you really feel that it's due to the sun? Is that what it is? Or does it have to do with policy, regulations, putting cuts on certain things?
Would you close down the
By
oil
the way, I
industry?
would transition from the oil industry, yes.
Oh,
I would
that's
transition.
a big statement.
It is a big statement
That's a big
because
statement.
I would stop.
Why would you do that?
Or did things just change over a matter of 3 years, all because of the sun? Is that what's really taking place? Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. If you guys could please share so we can get the conversation moving and reach as many people as possible. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will catch you guys on the next one.